I find the letter totally astounding. South Africa has had 6 elections, which have always been declared free and fair, and we've always had election observation by invited observers, which have numbered over 120 often, different countries as well as organizations. So to write such a letter, particularly to countries that don't have observation and that have very low participation rates in their elections, is rather surprising and a demeaning attitude and statement about South Africa and the people of South Africa.
Are you still engaging your counterparts? I'm told you're going to the US.
Indeed, I'm going to the US and I'll be having several meetings there, but I will not mention this letter. I don't wish to embarrass South Africa.
And finally, Minister, Ramadan started in Saudi and Qatar. We expect Palestine to start today. And we were talking about a ship leaving Spain, Greece going to deliver, Cyprus to deliver aid. But it looks like it's difficult. Your message during this time?
Well, firstly, I wish to say Ramadan Mubarak to all Muslims in South Africa who will be undertaking this important obligation. And of course, our prayers must always be with the people of Palestine. I hope that they will get aid and that it will be delivered successfully to the people of Palestine. I think the international community, as I've said previously, must do much more to ensure we don't have these horrific instances of starvation in the 21st century in front of all of us, helplessly standing by and doing nothing. So I really appeal to the world community to pay attention to the desperate plight of the people of Palestine.
Minister, in relation to what Minister spoke about, the issues of peace and security on the continent, in the Sahel region, in West Africa, you have experienced the coups, but you still have these other 3 countries that still have to be brought back to ECOWAS. As a member state of ECOWAS, what's your observation? What has led to this and where to from here?
Well, let me say that even after those 4 countries decided to come out of democratic governance, which is through the coups, ECOWAS has still not abandoned them, although per the constitution that we all signed, the protocols of ECOWAS, they were suspended. However, they were not excluded in terms of giving them assistance once they came up with a roadmap which would lead them back to democratic governance. So I must say that that is one thing that we have not shirked our responsibility towards those 4 countries. I think they have said that one of the issues that they have is the fact that they don't feel welcome in ECOWAS, and I'm surprised. What they've done in attempting to leave ECOWAS is to activate Article 91, which gives them a whole year. The last ECOWAS extraordinary meeting, the heads of state after the Mediation Security Council meeting did lift the sanctions because there were sanctions on them, some economic. So all those have been lifted, which means that the engagement is even going to be more than what we are doing at the moment, so that they feel comfortable enough as part of ECOWAS countries to rescind the decision that they have taken, and the decision which is to now form their own alliance and come out of ECOWAS. So we have a year, even as I speak, although they have said it openly in public, they have not written to ECOWAS. So that 1 year, the 12 months starts from when they inform ECOWAS officially, formally, that this is what they intend to do. And we believe that by the end of the 12 months, we should come to some agreement, an arrangement with them which will make them comfortable to remain, because we need all 15 states in order to prosecute the agenda of ECOWAS in the West African region of Africa.
And finally, what is Ghana's position or your message in relation to the challenges in Palestine, the conflict, and ahead of Ramadan?
We are very worried about what is happening. It has always been our position. We've always supported Palestine, but we are also a friend of Israel. And therefore, when on the 7th of October, when Hamas attacked, we issued a condemnation of it. However, we have always stood for the two-state solution, which is Israel must exist and Palestine must exist as well as a nation. And we continue to push for that negotiated situation where the two countries can live side by side. We're very worried about what is happening because we see that innocent Palestinians have been caught up in this whole thing. They are suffering in Gaza, the West Bank, now moving to other areas. And we're not happy with what is happening. And we believe that the Security Council and all countries that are interested and that are involved, especially those who are with them at the negotiating table, the mediators, and should try and bring a solution. We have entered Ramadan from today, tomorrow. Other countries Ramadan will start. And how is it that when people are going through a situation or a spiritual journey of 30 days or so, that they should be subjected to this? This cannot happen. There are issues that are on the table of having a safe corridor where supplies can reach people. There are issues of allowing the trucks that have been stuck and not able to enter Palestine to move. And I think that shouldn't be too much of something that we're asking for that will be granted. I think we should all push towards ensuring, because it is good for countries like the US to airdrop. But it's quite demeaning, these airdrops. And I think that in the process of people receiving these supplies, there are stampedes and people die as a result and all of that. Whereas there are other avenues, such as going through a safe corridor or allowing the trucks to enter. And I think that the mediators should do their best. I know they're doing a lot, but they should do more. And all of us countries of the world should also add our voices, because there's a lot of suffering. But at the same time also we say that the hostages should be released, who have been taken by Hamas should also be released. So this is my reaction to it. It's a very difficult situation that should not happen.